State police say a father shot and killed his son in Estill County.
A man charged in a deadly crash appeared before a judge today. We'll take you to the Madison County courtroom.
Police were called to an incident involving a garbage collector and a homeowner in Lexington this morning. We'll tell you what happened.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. A man was shot to death, and police say his father pulled the trigger.
That shooting happened at a home on Sugar Hollow Road in Estill County about 10:30 last night. So far, no charges have been filed. It's our top story at 4:30.
State police were called out here around 10:30 last night for a report of a shooting. State police say a father shot his son inside this home on Sugar Hollow Road. Police say Millard Ed Dixon was taken to the hospital after he was shot. It's where he later died. Police say Dixon's father pulled the trigger, and the father has not been charged at this time. Police have not said how many times Dixon was shot. They say the father and son were in an altercation prior to the shooting, but they don't know exactly what happened yet. It's why he hasn't been charged. Neighbors believe the father was acting in self-defense, but a grand jury would have to make that call.
It's just very sad, very shocked, and just sad for the whole family.
State police say this investigation is ongoing. In Estill County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And state police are looking into the possibility that alcohol played a role in what happened last night. A man charged with murder following a New Year's Day crash faced a judge this morning.
Caleb Aldridge was arraigned in Madison County. Police say he was driving under the influence when he crashed on 4 Mile Road, killing his passenger. Victor Puentes outside the courthouse in Richmond with the latest on the case.
This morning was the first hearing for Caleb Aldridge since his arrest yesterday. The fatal crash that led to his murder charge happened almost a month ago. Aldridge had a video arraignment this morning. Judge Brandy Oliver Brown asked him if he wanted a court-appointed attorney.
I'm going to hire an attorney now.
Okay. Do you know where we are in that process?
I do not.
Sheriff's deputies say Aldridge was driving this car with 2 other people inside on January 1st when he lost control on 4 Mile Road, hitting a tree and flipping that car. 23-year-old Chelsea Harnack died in that crash. 23-year-old Amber Heller suffered life-threatening injuries. Investigators said all 3 were thrown from the vehicle, but Aldridge's family says he told them he awoke in that car while it was on fire and pulled Heller from the vehicle. Those 2 were taken to the hospital. Police say Aldridge had been drinking. At his arraignment this morning, a family member told Judge Brown that they had tried to get a judge advocate general to represent him due to his service in the Army. But because he'd been medically discharged, the JAG was only allowed to offer advice. The judge appointed a public defender so the case could move along.
If you hire an attorney and they show up next week, then we can proceed as planned. If I don't appoint a lawyer and then you're not able to hire one, then he's stuck because obviously we're not going to want to proceed on this case without him having a lawyer.
Deputies say the investigation took several weeks because they had to wait for Amber Heller to recover from her injuries before they could interview her. In Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Aldridge is also charged with driving under the influence and assault. His bond is set at $500,000. Newly released video from TMZ shows the moment shots were fired into a crowd of people at a rap concert over the weekend in Lexington. Police want to speak with the rapper Kevin Gates to get more information about the gunman. The shooting happened at about 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday at a venue on Floyd Drive. One person was hit by gunfire. Their wound was not life-threatening, according to police. TMZ says Gates continued with his performance in Lexington even after the shots were fired. This is not the first shooting at a Kevin Gates rap concert. According to Memphis media outlets, a shooting happened in that city just last week, also at a Kevin Gates concert. They report the 2 men were arguing, and when one got into a car to leave, the other fired shots into the car. The shooting victim was taken to the hospital. We're getting a break from the snow today, but boy, it was nice to see some sun out there today.
Hook it up while you can. Another winter blast will be back in the bluegrass come tomorrow, and more so for our weekend as well. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Amber. Hi, Sam. Basking in the sunshine. The bluegrass state out there today doing just that. Plenty of partly to mostly sunny skies, but I'm noticing a little bit of cloud cover beginning to creep on in from the west and the north. And that, my friends, if you're a sunset buff, is going to set us up for a good looking one out there. Those are little ice crystal clouds that are way, way up in the atmosphere, and those typically signal a change that is on the way. 36 right now into Lexington. Feels like it is 30. We're looking at some of those ice crystal clouds that are rolling in from northwest to southeast, but ahead of a very strong clipper that is diving its way across parts of the Dakotas. Winds out ahead of this are really going to announce the arrival of this clipper. We could be talking tomorrow about winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. So your weather headlines, we are tracking that strong clipper that will bring high winds, a temperature spike, a temperature plunge, and a touch of snow. I just couldn't fit it all in one line. Super Bowl weekend featuring a storm system that is going to try to impact our weather with some wintry stuff for all those Super Bowl watch parties. We'll break it all down when I come back with the hour-by-hour forecast in just a matter of minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. Thank you. A scary incident this morning for a Rumpke garbage collector. Police were called after a worker had a run-in with a person who lives on Westmeath Place in Lexington. A statement from Rumpke says the garbage collector was verbally assaulted by a man alluding to a gun. Police did respond and talk to the homeowner. At this time, no charges are being filed. Rumpke representatives say they are still looking into the incidents. A half-century wait for justice is over for 9 civil rights protesters known as the Friendship 9. They went to jail in 1961 after sitting at and ordering from a whites-only lunch counter.
This morning, the surviving 8 activists had their convictions vacated. Michelle Miller talked with the men. She has the story from the courthouse in Rocky Hill, South Carolina.
The courtroom erupted in applause after a South Carolina judge threw out the convictions of the civil rights protesters known as the Friendship 9.
We cannot rewrite history, but we can write history.
It's just gratifying. So I'm pleased.
Clarence Graham and his friends were students at Rock Hill's Friendship College in 1961. On a cold January day, they walked up to the whites-only lunch counter at McCrory's and were immediately arrested for trespassing.
I didn't get to sit down. As soon as I started to sit, I was snatched up.
The sit-in strategy started at a North Carolina Woolworth counter in 1960 was effective, but civil rights groups were running out of bail money. So the Friendship 9 chose an alternative, jail, no bail. Rather than pay a fine, they accepted a conviction and were sentenced to 30 days hard labor.
Were you the first?
We were the first students to go to jail, to be arrested and stay in jail. Yeah. We were the first to stay in jail.
We served the time.
We served the time.
Actually, look
at the hearing, the men learned that their protests will remain on file for posterity. They also received something else from the Rock Hill prosecutor on behalf of the state.
Allow me to take this opportunity to extend to each of you my heartfelt apologies for what happened to you in 1961. It was wrong.
What is the lesson here?
Perseverance. Perseverance. We knew that eventually all of this would come to fruition and we would have to be exonerated. No question.
You knew that?
I knew that. Long time ago. Nobody asked.
Adding to the emotion in the courtroom, the same lawyer who represented the Friendship 9 back in 1961 was by their side, and the judge who cleared their names is the nephew of the judge who originally convicted them. Michelle Miller, CBS News, Rock Hill, South Carolina.
And that attorney, Ernest Finney, went on to become the first African-American Chief Justice of South Carolina. And Judge Mark Hayes says his uncle was a good man and would have been elated with today's proceedings.